So when Robbie says about trying to pull out deals, this is really what a property entrepreneur is a deal maker. It's about you pulling things off when a big number like that goes missing. I have to move that thing out. I keep doing it. Investors. So again, how are we going to get that 84,000? Well, I paid 7% of it. I had it at the back of the investor vault. I had the deal locked in there. Investors logged in, seen it, and I raised the 84,000 to 7% for 10 months. Another rule of thumb I'm going to say to you here now: never, ever, ever, ever raise any property deal for 10 months ever again. 12 months minimum. In a blink of an eye, you're going to be at 10 months. So if you're doing private lending, 12 months plus. Just squeeze that thing out to 24 if you can. So investors return from our group here. They gave me the 84,000. I repaid them €5,880 coupon. Total cash return to refinance €89,890 or €880. Again, I'm not going to try and really bog you down with this because I truly believe it'll just mess your brain up. I'll lose you. There's no point. You need to just understand the front part of it. The back part with the valuation, we actually got a lot more than we estimated here. So we only estimated ever, at the wildest push, we were going to try and get around 395,000. That's what we aimed for. And that's like saying, that's pushing the valuer. At the time we were saying, the valuer might come back here at 365. I'm going to push the son of a bitch to 395. Now, the valuer came back at 475. Right? That's how quick things changed. But again, for our numbers, again, we estimated 395. Our new mortgage valuation, 276,500. This is the stuff we would have explained to Nate to say, this is how you're getting paid out. Cash left in the deal, we would have paid back 36,500. Again, I was getting $5,000 a month for this one. So that sort of would answer Aoife's question, and I would have had the cash flow to leave that 36 in there, no problem. Minimum loan size 250,000, 24 months with an 8 and 3 months minimum. So they will give you lending up to a 3-month period. So you can go 0 to 3 months or 0 to 24 months. You have to state it, because if you state 0 to 3 months on the 4th month, you're getting a penalty. If you say 0 to 12 months, you're getting a penalty on the 13th month. So what I'm trying to tell you is lock that thing in at 1% for 24 months. You pay it back in 4 months, fine, no issue. No penalty clause going out in it. You cannot pay it back in 2 months. And there's no chance you're going to be able to. But do not let it go over the time or you're going to get a penalty. Refurb complete, we're saying around 35,000. Onate's fee per month. So it was 1% of the purchase price. 1% of the drawdown. So they were drawing down 156,000. They're giving me 65% of the loan to get into the deal. So 156,000 was the check they were giving me. Our monthly repayments to them every single month was 1%. So 1% of 156,000 is €1,560. You need to show them clearly where you're getting that money from and how you're paying for it back. Arrangement fee. So on this little £156,000 deal, they were looking for that contract of €4,680. That's 3% arrangement fee. So they'll take that, and then they'll also take the minimum of 3 months out of it. Now, they could turn around to you and say, okay, we're going to give you, we want an interest retention of 6 months. So that what they're basically saying to you is, we're going to give you this check of 156,000, but we're taking 6 months money out of it now, and you don't have to pay interest for 6 months. You're like, oh, that's great. But they're taking 6 months money out of your 156,000 check, plus your arrangement fee, plus all the other stuff that they load onto it, and you're probably really technically walking away with about 58% of the property, not 65% LTV. So be careful of that one. So that's one that I would go back and say, no, the minimum you're only taking 2 months out. Again, if it's your first time dealing with them, you might be able to do that. So total outlay really in real true cash, we would add about 55,670. A total outlay then divided down by two, because there's two people involved in this company. We would add 36,500 left in there. This was our projections at the time, which would have meant that we had about 19,170 divided by two, which is 9,000 and a small bit of change left in each deal. Didn't bother us in the slightest. Again, my calculations here, out the far end, I targeted healthcare with this. So I rent per month. We secured 5,000 a month. So our contract, our lending, everything that we got after this point lied on this contract. So 5,000 a month by 12 months, which was £60,000 per year, euro. That's a lot of money. Right, you're not going to get 5,000 off anyone else. You might get it off. You're definitely not getting it off Aussie. Aussie's looking at me waving. But there's certain companies out there that will give you that. Why? Because it's €200 a night for their staff to stay in hotels. That's called corporate lets. That to me is where you need to be focusing your energy now, while the interest rates are high. You need to be finding companies that are like big engineering companies, big pharmaceutical companies, people that supply nurses into the country. Who gives a shit? That can stand over one of them leases. Because that's where your finance is coming from. I knew I had to get this thing in place.